I've accomplished my mission of watching all the Transformers movies. Now with The Last Night. It took me about 2 years, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know why. So today I'll be ranking all the Transformers movies, including Bumblebee and Transformers 1. So at last place I have Bumblebee. I was never a big fan of this movie. I still really enjoyed it. I liked Steinfeld. It had some good action scenes. I also really liked John Cena's character, but it was just the weakest of these 8. At number 7 is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. It was a nice continuation from the original one. Um, uh, I didn't like the new villain they introduced. They introduced a new villain. I forgot his name because I watched it a long time ago. But I never liked him. Although the ending pyramid battle scene was so cool. I don't think this should have been won. I don't think this did not deserve to win Best Picture or Worst Picture. Or did it win Worst? I thought I think it won Worst Picture, but I'm not sure. Then number 6 is Transformers: Age of Extinction. At first, I had a lot of criticisms about this, but then I liked it a lot more after I watched Dark of the Moon like a couple of days ago. This was actually really good. Mark Wahlberg was really good. This is like a nice Dominion, like Jurassic World Dominion, surviving this new world and like battling through this new world. Age of Extinction is a lot like that, both Transformers instead of dinosaurs. It's really good. It does have some like pacing issues and time issues, a lot of those kind of stuff, but still, it's a good movie. Number 5 is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. This is the first movie in the franchise I saw. That I think I rented it back in like June or July 2023 when it was available for rent. This was my introduction to the franchise. I had some criticisms about it. I learned to like it over time. They did have a cool beginning with like the Maximals were nice. I thought because there are 4 Maximals: the gorilla guy, Primal, the Rhino, I forgot his name, Cheetor, the cheetah, and the Hawk. I cannot remember for the life of me the Hawk's name. I forgot. I thought Cheetor and the Rhino, I forgot his name, were wasted potential. I liked Noah, Noah Diaz, Anthony Ramos as a human. I didn't like the female, Elena. Overall, it does have its lows, but it's still a good installment. A nice like rebirth type movie. Number 4 is Transformers 1, the prequel that came out this year. Me personally, I'm a big fan of this movie. I think this genuinely has one of the most stacked casts for for an animated movie. Like, I'm trying to think what competes with it. Like, I mean, it is cool having Thor, Toad, Miles Morales' dad, and Black Widow on your team. Anyway, a really good movie. It was a nice like origin story on how, how the iconic Transformers story began and how the money makers started. Number 3 is Transformers: The Last Night. This is the one I watched today. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, I know a lot of people are gonna unsubscribe to me for this, but I think it's extremely overhated. It does not deserve a 16%. Why was Mark Wahlberg nominated for Worst Actor? Mark Wahlberg was great in this movie. He just had some peak moments in this movie. I can think of two. I can think of are just like peak aura for him. It's a nice like Nemesis Prime. I wasn't like the biggest fan of. It's a nice set like end battle to this giant franchise. And I think it also sets up Rise of the Beast nicely. Then number 2 is Transformers: Dark of the Moon. I watched this one like maybe a week ago or something. Maybe I think less than that. this is what when I watched this, I was like, I was missing out on so much because I hadn't watched Transformers in a while. Um, I thought this was like a really good like invasion film. Like, hey, the good guys lost, we're done. And also I think it set up Age of Extinction well. But before this, I was like, I'd give Age of Extinction like a 55. Now I'd give it like a 70. Dark of the Moon was a I think really good movie. I think I think it's I wouldn't say it's the best Transformers movie, but it's very worthy of the title of highest grossing Transformers movie. But not by much. The best Transformers movie is the original Transformers from 2007. This was a great introduction to the movie. Honestly, the beginning where it's like where the beginning with Sam getting introduced to the Transformers, that alone is good enough to be its own movie. And then like at the end where they meet the Decepticons and all that stuff, that also that's just even better. But that even you could just make it a movie, an entire movie off off Sam and Michaela's romance while meeting these Transformers. That'll be all for today's video on ranking all the Transformers movies, including Bumblebee and Transformers 1. Drop down in the comments your favorite Transformers movie. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for the last night at number 3. Check out my channel for more content like this, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.